Hey guys, thank you so much. I know it's normally a little later than it, but I'm working with my. I have the IV in my right hand, and so I've been having to thumb my way through basically with my left hand. So it takes a lot longer. To each and every one of you guys. Oh Lord, I forgot to take off the home. I might as well do it while I can. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Was just like Apostle. What's up, Miranda from Aloha? What's up, Jeremy? Thank you so much for being with us. I want to say first of all, hello, salutations to my padrino, and to my Oba. I wanted to share with this, and I tell people, what's up, Mama Susan? You up with Apostle? I want to share this information that I've shared with many, many plus people. What's up there, Apollo? And for whatever reason, I have been known as a truth teller. I've been known as individual that's straightforward. I have not been known in the time that you've been encountering me that I'm a type of individual that is a mess starter. And typically, I've come across on the social media platform as a melanated brother that is honest, direct, and transparent. And with that in mind, I want to share this message with many of you guys. What's up, Minister Al? Now, on yesterday, and is that Mama Miranda? So on yesterday, in real time, I was clocking the BS as a fire sign, what they're trying to do. And long story short, why this message is so important to any of you. You don't have to be Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. You don't have to be apostle, pastor. When the Bible says, know the tree by the fruit it bear, a lot of you guys are being deceived, not because of what a person is saying, that you don't want to accept the responsibility of watching what an individual does, right? So in real time, I was trying to explain to another individual that these people were trying. Yesterday, my hemoglobin was 7.3. Today, my hemoglobin is 5.2. And I wanted them to understand why I was so adamant about receiving the 2 pints of blood on yesterday. And I wanted to show the individual that in real time, they were coming up with last minute reasons why they couldn't do it now. Today, with my hemoglobin of 5.2, they already told, oh, you getting the blood. But they wanted me to be in a position of leaving the hospital as though I was with medical, against medical compliance. You have to understand, sir and ma'am, when you're in the medical position, medical position, people, it's about money. The same 2 pounds of blood that I will receive yesterday, if they did not pull their last minute shenanigans, which there's nothing that I would have been able to do or anybody else would have been able to do, because they knew that was in their power. That's why I appreciate Chris for calling down and making a complaint. A lot of you guys, and I'm just going to say this, be honest with you, as long as it doesn't affect you, you got to remember, people, you're putting that energy out. The reason why you didn't see it significant for you to make that phone call, that's why my charge nurse was asking me what was going on, because Chris actually did it. And so I explained to her what happened, and I followed her back the time zone. So I gave the example of, if you went to somebody in your life, no matter who it is, and you know that they agreed to pay your light bill. I'm glad to hear from you. Yes, I'm telling you guys what happened, because this doesn't apply just to the Chief Apostle. It applies to everybody. What's up there, my Boaz in the house? This is when you don't accept people for who they are. It happens to people all over in any area of life. So the individual found out on today that they were pulling a shenanigans on me. At this point that I'm receiving the blood tomorrow, I'm receiving it at a 5.2. Just like they knew the time schedule, I knew the time schedule. And that lets me know what they were that serious about my well-being versus you trying to make money, more money off of me than you actually should. So what they did was now they're agreeing, no matter what, to give me 2 pints of blood. But if you had did it on yesterday, my hemoglobin would have been anywhere from a 9 to a 10. That's why this, in some form of magic and manifestation, timing matters. It can change from somebody winning, having victory in their lives, to just almost can cancel out any blessings that you would get normally. So now the first that my hemoglobin is going to get. Hey, sweetheart.
So the doctor did put the order in for
Okay.
Benadryl for sleep.
Uh-huh.
What time would you like me to come in with that?
11.
11?
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. I don't want any strong, how many tablets did he put?
Can you put, let me see. Just the 25 milligrams.
Oh, I can live with I just need a boost because I'm a night by nature, and I just need a boost there. So that's more than enough for me.
What's in the morning?
No, I said that's more than enough for me
Okay.
to get through the night.
He also put the melatonin in, but you just want the Benadryl.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll make sure I get some rest
Yeah.
because if it was left up to me, I'll be up here all night long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's good to get your rest in. Okay.
So whenever they decide to give me the blood, appreciate it. All right.
Okay.
All right.
See you then.
So I'll see you around 11. Okay, I'll be
Sounds
good.
good.
Thank you, and thank you for helping me with the Wi-Fi.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right. So let me explain something, y'all. All I needed for people to do, whether it's in the church world, whether it's in a beautician, whether it's in a car accident, is to tell the truth. I don't need you to sling yourself on the bus about my situation. I wanted them to know what was happening in real time and why I logically had a reason to have a problem with what they done. When a lady went back over, the charge nurse went back over it, she said, I see what you're saying. So the most I'm going to be able to get out of my 2 pints is going to be 7, 8, or 9. Right? Which, if you gave me the same blood yesterday at 7.3, I would have had anywhere from a 9 to a 10. Math matters, guys. So I gave the example of how somebody has agreed to pay your light bill, and you giving them enough head notice. So it wasn't what's up, Demetrius? It wasn't something you were springing up on them, and they had already agreed. But when they actually give you the amount of money, they give it to you. Instead of on the 18th, they give you on the 20th, knowing that you had already acquired a penalty. And those type of people, when it don't matter if it's in business, it don't matter if it's in a relationship, those people know what they're doing. And but the person has to deal with the fallout of their decision, because no amount of arguing about, I gave you enough time, I told you this, that don't change the facts that you're dealing with. So I knew at some point you had already made up in your mind that you weren't going to give me that tonight. So I knew I was screwed in that respect, and that my hemoglobin was going to drop. What's up, Natasha Foster from North Carolina, my for DJ at. In life, you got to know how far to go with people. If you choose as a grown man or woman to not pay attention to the signs, the warnings, and then get mad after you find out later that the person was telling the truth. So what I did was I told the individual this. I said, if you had listened to me in real time Instead of filing the complaint today, you would have filed it yesterday in real time. That means there's thing in my family we call catching on. It matters when you catch on. It matters when you become aware of what's really going on. And sometimes people in life become aware too late. I knew in real time what they were trying to do because I'm a reader. I'm a seer. That's why and I'm a fire sign. So my fire also gives me light and my fire also gives me fury. And so I said to the individual, I said they pulling the same shit that they pulled in the other hospital. And depending on what amount of blood that they're giving me lets me know how serious they are about my health. Okay? A lot of times in real time, we don't want to accept the fact that we ignore the science. All we want to do when we get burnt, fried, fricassee, all we want to talk about is how wrong the person is when the truth of the matter is we in real time were told certain events. That person that received that money on the 20th has every right to be upset with that person. When they gave them more than enough time, they agreed. They also cannot change the fact that they received the money passed to. There's things in life you can't change. Now you got to come up with another way to deal with this penalty. Either transfer this penalty to the next billing cycle or try to come up with the other monies to be able to pay the penalty. There are going to be people in your life simply because you don't want to accept who they are, whether it's family, loved ones, whether it's conjurers, spiritualists. The more you are not self-aware and know how to go far with people. Now, I'm going to go back into my title later on when I get access to my right hand. I'm a right-handed person, so I had to type my heading out of my left hand so you see it ain't all that great. So I don't work with my left hand. The wisdom that I share on this platform is real. It is. You don't have to be a chief apostle, Samuel Jr. And this is my thing. What I'm telling you guys. I told many of you guys beforehand, if I don't have the shield of faith, I have Blue Cross and Blue Shield. I told you guys I have major and minor medical. I have that. I never had to utilize it like I have to do now. And all I got to do is call my UPS, my insurance company, because it's Blue Cross and Blue Shield, and make them aware of what these people. The UPS is going to pay you right out of the box, but they're going to open an investigation, and you're going to have to prove them charges. When I tell you I don't play checkers, I play chess, I don't care who it is with. I don't care what you got going on. It's not my fault that you let people walk over you that shouldn't be able to walk over you. It's not my. You could have certain types of victories in your life if you had just learned to listen and accept people and know how far to go with people. I don't care if it's loved ones. I don't care. When you won't tell the truth, you hurt nobody but yourself. People could tell me all day long, Chief Apostle Samuel Jr., I love you. You know, I'm a type of person, actions speak louder than words. If it's not showing up in some form of physical nature, in my book, you are a lip service individual. If I to give you the opportunity to hit the like button, and all you doing is showing me how far to go with you. What people don't like is that I'm watching how you interact with a said circumstance. When I say, I'm gonna use an example about Chloe, and you decide to support giving to Chloe. It's not out of I need people to take care of Chloe. It's out of need of a lot of you guys have supported Minister Mario, son of Achosi. And you, if you can, you do, right? And I realize that I have people on my platform don't see her like that. And that's all good. In life, when you know how far to go with people, you never have false sense of expectations on people. That's why you hear me say, I'm not mad with this person. I'm not mad with this person. I knew that the blood that I needed was in Orlando. And every other hospital that I went to was saying they had to wait on Orlando. So I decided because I'm smart. Decided because I'm smart to come to Orlando to get my blood work done. Right? That's a smart thing to do. Why should I keep going to hospitals that still got to come to Orlando to get my blood? So I'm smart and I can afford it. I brought my ass to Orlando. Have I been dealing with stuff since I've been here in this hospital? They don't know that I got 3 hospitals that are in a vicinity that can do what they do. If you don't treat me right, I don't have to come back to you. And I'm still in Orlando. Orlando still has the blood banks that are within a less than, because my hotel my mom's staying at is the Marriott downtown. That's it. She's about 9 minutes away from me physically. So I can get hotels, still do my services, still do my works, while y'all try to figure out an anemia that I was born with. See, I'm the type of person, what I can't change, I accept that and I move on. I'm going to live and die just like somebody got diabetes. The difference is that Patti LaBelle, with her diabetes, she decided to eat more healthy. Well, I already have a very good diet. There are some people in my same situation would have a different outcome because they did not, through the years, eat very well. And so their organs would not be as in top shape that my organs are. That's another thing they were astounded at. And so therefore, when my mom comes over here, I'm telling her to bring my bag so I can take my super sea moss with beets for energy, my mushrooms, all of that stuff. Because I'm on a regular diet. They don't have me on a special diet. And so therefore I can get my herbs back into my system while I wait for y'all to do what y'all got to do. So one of the plans that I have is that because they shorted me so much on the blood from yesterday to today, I'm going to go to my job while I'm back in Vero, which depending on how much higher my hemoglobin is, right? I'm putting math on the ass. When I told y'all about counting up the costs and all of this, I'm telling y'all, you've been told this over and over by me. You're watching me in real time, count up the costs, knowing what I have. So I knew that my hemoglobin was originally, before I came to Orlando, was 7.1, which means that I had enough energy to do whatever I needed to do to get over here in Orlando before I started losing blood. Because that is my anemia. It kills my red blood cells. I'm never going to get around that. What I can figure out, I have the health insurance to allow anybody, a really good hematologist or any doctor. I don't want to deal with a doctor that has to still call Orlando for their blood. I'd rather deal with a doctor in this area. This is the first hospital I went to. I have 2 more and see how they work. So my thing to you tonight, if you are still at your age, not sitting down and counting up the cost, whether you have sufficiency to what? Build that tower. I didn't need nobody money to come to Orlando. Those that helped me, those that supported me, all that's good. But physically, I had the amount of money that was necessary to come over here and do exactly what I was doing in real time and still deal with the shenanigans of what they were doing. You understand? Now, the truth of the matter is they could have been giving me the blood anytime. But what they're gonna do is hopefully wait until my hemoglobin drops even further, so they can discharge me against um, medical advice. Because if they gave me that same blood yesterday, I wouldn't have no problem being discharged. Sometimes in life, when people play with your time, they put you, and the difference is night and day between the hemoglobin today and the hemoglobin tomorrow. So I can't get that back. So I got to work with what I got. And I'm still going to win. Because as above, so below, that's how you get the win. I already know that no matter what they charge my insurance, I'm going to have UPS, Blue Shield, Blue Cross open an investigation. Yeah, they're going to pay y'all bills. But I'm going to give them the blueprint. And so what they're going to do is start targeting your claims. Whether they're sufficient, whether they're pertinent, did you actually administer those? All they're doing is hurting themselves. When people think they're smarter than you, and you black and you American, they are shocked that I know as much as I don't. Because you think I wasn't taking our time to actually listen to what was going on in my body and all the information. What I didn't know yesterday, I know way more now. If you don't think I'm out right here reading up on everything I can regarding my situation, you are sadly mistaken. When you as a grown man or grown woman chooses to do, and you don't say for instance, you saying, oh, I don't know how far to go. What did that tree exhibit? The Bible say, know the tree by the fruit it bear. You cannot lie and say you did not know. You say you wanted what you wanted. You can say things of nature. You want to do what you want to do. You going to take out the time to try to turn him or her into something or it into something that was never going to work out. But what you can't honestly say as an individual that you did not know, because the warnings were there, the flags were there, and it is your life. Hold on, y'all. Drinking my what they're honestly trying to do, because they've already ran the medicine on me. They can do my my hemoglobin. I mean, give me the blood tonight, but that's not what they're doing. They're trying to see how much they can crash me out. They're trying to put me in a place where my hemoglobin was like in the hospital, but I was too weak to do anything. Because right now, they've already agreed to give it to me in the morning. You're still looking for my hemoglobin to drop. That's what's so sinister about this. If he's passed all of your requirements, he passed all your tests, why aren't you still giving him the blood? Because you're waiting in the morning to see if my hemoglobin drops even further than the 5.2. Is that fair? No. But I'm telling you in real time what they're doing. And that's what makes this so sinister, what they're doing. It looks like they're looking out for the welfare of the patient, when you know that a part of this patient's situation is that their red blood cells are destroying their, because the reason I keep focusing, because I already don't have enough blood in my body. And so I got to focus more, because our oxygen and everything works by the blood flow. So you already know I don't have enough blood flow in my body. And so what I'm telling you guys in real time, how people operate when they feel like they got you in a sling. And my son saw it today, but a day late and $1 short. He's filing a report, but I was telling him in real time what they were trying to do. And when somebody has never given you a reason to lie, don't take what somebody else is telling you. If something happens to my father, I have proof that you intentionally put him in a climatic situation when you could have easily received and given him blood. You already made your decision that you weren't giving it to him yesterday. Now you making a decision not to give it to, because they can give a blood transfusion anytime. They can wake me up in the next 2 hours and give me a blood transfusion because I done did everything I needed to do. But you're not. You know what you're going to do? Wait in the morning, hopefully my hemoglobin will drop even further. So I have less and less benefit from 2 pints of blood. These are the games they're playing. This is why a lot of your loved ones get into the hospital or and just out of nowhere die. Because these are the things that these facilities are doing in real time. Because I'm melanated, I'm black, and because I know the truth, what you did. I keep trying to tell you, when certain people know that you are smart and you're aware of stuff, they don't like you to tell them where they're wrong. And like I told the individual, I said, now you see that I was telling you the truth on yesterday when they had no intention of giving me blood. Now you ready to agree to give me the 2 pints today, right? But you're not willing to give it to me tonight. You want to wait until the morning. Do y'all see how people play with your time? So all I got to do is get to the night and see whatever this blood going to do for me. But I want y'all to understand, I got insurance. I got all this other stuff going for me. But when you black going through these things and black people don't get aware and alarm, stuff can be happening to somebody that is clearly that they can, they could have remedied the situation. But not enough of us black people care about each other. Not enough of us care about what don't make sense. When it comes down to a man, a dollar bill, or a woman or somebody we sexing with, we want to know everything regarding that. But when it comes down to what's going on with you in your life and well, I know a whole lot regarding my anemia. And I know when somebody playing me for a fool. And I know this. I want you to understand, I'm not here to look for sympathy. I'm telling you in real time why a lot of us lose victories that we should have gotten, all because we did not know how to go far or how far to go with certain people. When somebody has never showed you a reason for you to trust them on certain levels, I don't care if it's your mama, daddy, brother, sister, cousin, nothing. When you look at their track record, they have never stopped living their life to see about you. I don't care how much you hurt. You can make better decisions for yourself when you understand how far to go with people, how far to go with people that actually are getting in the mud with you, the actual people that will actually fight for you versus the people that say they're going to fight with you. I'm not sitting here today not knowing what's going on. I'm sitting here today learning depending on my hemoglobin, how far can I push these 2 pints? Because they already agreed for me to get them. And hopefully my hemoglobin maintains its levels. That's why I said I was going to bed early. I hope it maintains 5.2 where it is right now. But the longer my blood, I'm not getting blood, the longer that my red blood cells are going to destroy. My red blood cells, they understand where I'm at. But I'm trying to show my son in real time how they're intentionally maneuvering with me over here. They're not going to allow me to die because they don't want a lawsuit. But that's really nasty how somebody can do you dirty and not kill you. They're mad with me because I called them out on their shit. They're not mad with me because they don't want to misdiagnose. They're mad with me because I caught them and they shit. And so you're going to punish me. And you're going to utilize the blood that you should have gave me yesterday and you could give me tonight to give me in the morning. A lot of y'all lose defeat and you receive defeat because you don't pay attention to the sign. I know what's going on. I know what all is happening. I'm in no life-threatening situation. I just don't have enough blood in my body. And I could have had more than enough yesterday, but they were playing games. And now my son see in real time what they were doing. And if he had listened to me yesterday, he would have filed. He's filed the complaint today, but he could have filed that yesterday because I already knew that he can't make them give him blood, but he would have been up on the game. And yes, he eventually caught on, but you caught on a day late and $1 short. But I appreciate what you do. So it matters who you're around and who have the ability to discern people and read people in real time. And when people are out here talking about what they're going to do for you and all that, if it's not showing up in a physical way, it means nothing. Their love means nothing. Their support means nothing. Because the majority of people are around you to get what they can out of you. Very few people in life are there for the actual support. And me, that's cool with me. You give me 2%, I give you 2%. Don't be expecting 12 or 15 because I have the capacity of giving 100. You're not getting that. I'm going to tell you what I also said. It's people running here. I said, if I die today or tomorrow, I'm still looking at how people treat me. Nobody can get my cauldron except they are initiated into Palo. You can't be even considered for anything that I have without going initially through the initiation. So if you are serious about Palo, and if I'm just saying prevention, something happens, you couldn't receive any of mine. But if you've been good to me, I'm going to put in my will. So nobody can come in and tell me, oh, that's my daddy, my mama, my brother, sister, my cousin stuff. And because as a spirit, you still got to go through the Shamalangas. You still got to go through being accepted by the cauldron because anybody that's initiated know how it really works. Right? But I'm not going to give that kind of power to somebody that ain't never got initiated. I'm not going to give that kind of power of my cauldron to somebody that has always been lip service to me. I know a lot of people around the world. A lot of y'all miss out on certain things because you only come around when you need stuff. I'd rather my Ngangas be destroyed. Y'all hearing that from the horse's mouth. I'd rather my cauldron be destroyed and dismantled back to the earth before anybody gets my cauldron that will do evil and harm to people unnecessarily. Whether I live to be 70, whether I live to be 69, 29, whether I live to be 59, I have no intention. I'm smart. I have no intention of my cauldrons being powerful as they are, falling into the wrong hands, especially to somebody that's not initiated. They can't receive it anyway. I got options. I don't have to turn my cauldron over to anybody. If the Mfumbe says, return it back to nature, that's what happened. If the Mfumbe say, give that cauldron or those cauldrons to said individual, I'm cool with that. Because the type of magic I do. If you're not crown or Orisha, none of my Orisha, I don't know how many Orishas there. If I pass away, how many Orishas, I'm telling you, this ain't because I'm thinking about dying. I'm a type of person, I'm proactive. So one of the things about me and be proactive, I'm going to spend it because I don't know how many the Orishas I'm going to take back with myself. So if I decide to leave it in my Orisha to anybody, it would have to be somebody that is crowned, that's in the Orisha faith. You can't receive something when you're not initiating it. You know what I mean? You can receive something from somebody that it doesn't take an initiation to like hoodoo and to some layers of the reality, you know. I don't want nobody to, oh, I got Apostle Eli's mantle and he was so close. Don't embarrass yourself, because I wouldn't embarrass you. We ain't that close in none of my practices. You know, I watch people. I watch how people treat me. That determines how close you get to me. If you're not certain things going on in my life, I don't see you like that. I'm a smart man. I've lived a full life, even at 52. And if God gives me another 10 years, 11 years, I'm going to live it in full of life. I'm going to travel. I'm going to do what I want to do. So don't think that I'm trying to get enough strength to do is to get my disability started, which is up to 2 years, so I can pay my normal bills from my 85% of my check that I've been getting over $100,000. So I'm gonna be fine. And then working on my health with my anemia that I'm going to, just like any other thing, I got to live with. But the more I stay on top of stuff, the better my outcomes are. That's why I get the outcomes I get. But I wanted my individual to know that in real time, I saw what was happening. And so therefore, just like I'm telling you all, you can do the same thing. If you accept people for who they are and how far they're willing to go. If Elena has never showed Natasha that she will stop what she's doing to attend to her basic needs. Elena don't have to, not Elena, Natasha ain't got to wait till she get down sick. She can watch how Natasha operating over a common cold or what, you know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all think you got to be in some devastation or did it. No, if you pay attention, because people don't change their pattern. So they don't change their pattern. And if you watch anybody, I don't care if it's a plant or whatever, what pattern, what that person is doing, there's no reason for Natasha to be shocked. It's no reason for Natasha to say, I can't believe she did that, when she showed you nothing else but that. That means Natasha need to be doing what she need to do for her shit. She's the older woman. She's the more resourceful woman. Lena can't tell Natasha, oh, when I make it, mommy, I'm gonna do X, Y, Z. Because Natasha saw Elena where she had acted over her lunch money. She watched Natasha, she watched Elena how she operated with the extra money she gave her. You ain't gave me no reason to believe. I'm not saying that about Elena. I'm just saying these are the things we see. There's no reason that Natasha be out there caught in a bad place. Because at that juncture, Elena ain't never showed, yes, that's my child, I love my child, but she ain't never showed me that. And you're always, whether it's a spiritual situation or a natural situation, you're always showing people who you are, how far they go with you. And what most black people do is like, well, why would I have thought that about you when you ain't never showed that to me? I'll be stupid. Just because I love my kids don't mean I need to be stupid for them. Just because I love my husband or my wife don't mean I need to be stupid for them. I'm watching how you roll with your coins. End of story. That's why I have so much respect for Minister Mario, son of Achosi. You understand? It's my fault. Because I talk with my hands, so, it is what it is. So I hope, watch the small things. It will tell you a lot. But if Natasha refuses to watch the small things and find herself in a predicament, trusting Elena more than she should, that's Natasha's fault. All Natasha going to talk about, oh, I did this for my baby, I did that for my baby, and she had the nerve. No, you were watching the same thing everybody was watching. You were seeing the same movie. I can't help it. I got to talk with my hands. It ain't nobody's fault that you weren't paying attention to how that tree was moving in your life. Ain't nobody at fault for that. That is your responsibility, no matter where you fall, whether you a wife, husband, whether you are Tata, Mambo, Hookah, people always show you how far they willing to go. And if they ain't willing to physically be there, baby, it ain't that serious. Not to them. It can be that serious to you. But you can always make a joke. I told one of my members, I said, if you got something going on with your birthday and you know something means so much to you that if you don't get it, you're going to show your natural ass. Buy it for yourself. I said, if somebody does come up with a gift that you want to have, I said, go back as a gift to it and get you something else. I said, you always have the power to make you happy. It's when you sit around and base off what you feel like you've given to people, give it to people, places and things, how they should be reacting because of how supposedly good you have been to them. People don't care about that. If I was telling my son, I said, if you won't give me out your quarter, you ain't gonna give me out your dollar. I don't listen to what nobody said. If you won't show up for me with your 15 cents, you ain't gonna show up for me for your $5. If you ain't not gonna show up for me for your $10, you're not gonna show up for me when you get $100. People want you to believe that the only way they can show you any proper love, any type of support, that they got to be this and that there. The truth is, the Bible says it's the small things. It's the small things. If you ain't showed me in the small things, I can't be forced. I can't do myself like that. To wait for something big or major to happen in my life, to think you're going to be there for me when you've never showed me of the small things. I don't care who it is. My mom down here with me because at the end of the day, I'm her child. Out of everybody that told me, if you need me, call me. The only one came down here was that 68-year-old woman. The only one. And she been here physically and can't help me do nothing. But she wanted to be here. When somebody want to be there, y'all, they're going to be there. When people start making all kind of excuses and stuff like that, just know how far to go with them. So you don't ever have to experience any form of disappointment from the activity. You ain't got to be walking around mad and blowing up in the face. I knew I could afford to be over here. Knew I can afford to take care of my mother while I'm over here. And I had contacted my uncle. He said either he gonna come get my mom or my auntie. We in Orlando. It don't take long. I just don't know when they're gonna discharge me. So depending on whether it's early or late. So I didn't want my mom in the hotel. I paid ever since I've been over here. I've been paying. We in a 5-star hotel. I ain't spent one night in there. And my mom, before she leave here, she gonna come back and see her child. And I'm gonna tell her bring my my tote bag. Get my tote bag in here because it got all my herbs in it. You know what I'm saying? And I can take care of me while I'm in this hospital fooling with these clowns. So I want y'all to know, you've been watching me long enough. You don't have to be in my predicament. The reason why I'm not being defeated in this, because I see people. And I read people well. And in real time, I clock them. And that's why it's not making the impact on me that it could have made if I had believed what they said. All right, I hope this helped you. I hope you got a lot out of this. And continue to ignore the wisdom, the signs, the wonders, the red flags, because you want what you want. And you will have the day that you deserve. And so therefore, the reason I'm having the outcomes in spite of what I'm going through is because I don't lean into depend on people like that. I don't give people the opportunity to disappoint me with mere words. And baby, if God ain't healing you in your life, you ain't in no place to heal mine. And I don't mean no harm by that. We are black people. If you can't charge my battery, why pretend you can? But I understand the sentiment. I'm not in a situation where I can't remedy this. I'm just watching this shit go down. Because they're going to sue. And if you want to help build my church, maybe this is the way that God intended for me to build my church, with their money. Because they can't go backtrack and prove why they did what they did. And my son already filed you with the state. Because sometimes you don't know who you're fooling with. It ain't what you know, it's who you know sometimes. When you ain't got a job that's welfare shit, who cares that you and the family working for Starbucks? What that gonna do for somebody? Who cares that you work at McDonald's? Unless we trying to get something to eat. But when it comes to real business, we gonna care about who our lawyers is, our doctors is. We gonna care about who our business owners are. Those are the people that got the job that will be a blessing to me. You know, unless I want some fresh French fries for free, that's where you come in. But in my real life, you can't function in my life anyway. When somebody talking about what they ain't got, you chose not to have that. You chose not to have that. And you squandered your opportunity. So quite naturally, I'm going to go to who made certain plights in life, accomplishment in life, to help me. Because they got a job or career that can help me. My niece is in nursing right now. She learned in real time of the system by which she's going into. And she learned that from her uncle. Okay? What's up, Chris? Chris is the only person that literally called. See, Ryan came out here to visit me. Lip service don't mean nothing to me. I don't want nobody to think I'm being funny. Ryan literally came out to the hospital. I gave him access to come out here. And Chris is the only person that called in because the charge nurse talked to me about it. Whatever Chris got going on is more than just talk. And I can respect that. A lot of y'all have admiration for people as long as you getting something out of them. But you ain't finna make no move whatsoever. And that's fine. I ain't mad with nobody. But I could tell you what's facts. Chris is the only one that has done it thus far. And if Chris got it done as a UPS driver, that means any other professional person on my platform could have got it done. It didn't mean that to you. And I ain't mad with you. I'm literally not mad with you. But I know how far to go with you. If you want me to go certain strides with you, you're going to do that with me. So if something come up with Chris, I'm going to be more physical in his situation. Because when something was regarding me, he not only said he was going to do it, he actually done it. And the reason I know he done it, because the lady gave me his thing. Even though I already know how I'm going to handle it. But I know for a fact of everybody that's on my platform, Chris is that mother that's going, if he tell you going to do something, and that's why I tell y'all about Sagittarian people. When they say something, 9 times out of 10, unless they a fucked up Sagittarius, if they say it, they're going to do it. That's why I like about 5 signs. That Aries, that Leo, that Sag, they're going to act upon that. And you're going to hear from them if it's their passion. But if you don't mean shit to them, they ain't finna do nothing. I never have to be disappointed. Because I never treat people no further than they show me. That's why you hear me say honestly, thank you, and I ain't mad with nobody. You've been showing me this over a period of time. And you have the nerve to think I'm defenseless because I'm in the hospital. The same thing they thought about Joseph when he was defenseless, supposedly, because his gift still worked. He was in jail, but his gift still worked. My current condition doesn't stop my ability from working. When you smart enough and you wise enough and you don't see stuff like this as a defeat, because you understand how the anointing moves. It's the same information. Isaiah 22:27. That man, his prayers are going to still be heard. His works are still matter. He's still one who is cauldron, is Orisha. He just got to go through what he got to go through. Paul was locked up. He still was working signs and wonders. Peter got locked up. Still working. Your confinement does not determine what your gift. If you got it, you got it. And you would know that if you was really a spiritual man or woman. And you would know what I'm saying is nothing but facts. My spiritual dad was on his way out of the earth and was carrying out curses against his enemy. Because you never lose your power. On this side or the other side. All right, I hope this helps. I hope that you take more serious the things that I talk about when it comes about knowing how far to go to people. So you don't find yourself in a situation like this or worse. And you sitting there disappointed because you took somebody's word other than their action. All right? Oh, I got to work all this stuff. Chris says, if I was there, I would be going off real talk. But but you still showed up where you can show up. That's all it ever meant to Apostle Ely. And people can tell you all day long that they mean something to you they really don't mean. And you don't want to find yourself in circumstances, situations, and find out it ain't that kind of party. That's all I'm telling you. I don't care what nobody do for me. I'm going to handle my own shit. And I know how to get back over here to get me some blood. Because that's one thing they ain't finna let me do is die. And if I'm over here and my hemoglobin is XYZ, they have to give me blood. I already know that. I already know my advantage and disadvantage of my situation. I'm just smart about my business. And I'm advising you to be smart about yours and stop lying about stuff that just simply ain't not true. All right? I appreciate all y'all. Don't take none offense to none of this truth, because the truth is the truth no matter who you are. Just maybe you can be more genuine. If not to me, any other people. And not be so disingenuous and say things you really don't mean. All right? Love and light.